If you feel a sharp catch and impingement in your shoulder every time you reach overhead and you've already tried cortisone shots, physical therapy, and stretching and nothing has fixed it, this video is going to show you exactly why that impingement keeps happening and give you 2 tests and 4 exercises to fix it for good. That pain at a specific arc, usually somewhere between 60 and 120 degrees, is called impingement, and the reason it won't go away has nothing to do with the spot that hurts. Keep watching to find out. I'm Dr. Joey Seyforth, online shoulder rehab specialist with Combat Performance. We help active adults fix shoulder pain without injections, imaging, or surgery through one-on-one online coaching and rehab. We've worked with clients who have had failed surgeries, years of PT that made things worse, and were told surgery was the only option. And they are now lifting, sleeping, and moving completely pain-free. The difference wasn't a better surgeon, it was fixing the root cause. One of those clients said it perfectly after going through our program.
Range of motion, I'm aware of that I'm not flinching and anxious that I'm going to run into pain.
I see.
That's a nice thing. Being able to move and not run into the trouble is good.
That's what happens when you treat the root cause and not the symptom. Here's why most treatments for shoulder impingement don't work. Cortisone shots work for 3 to 8 weeks, then the pain comes back, then another shot, then you use them up. Generic PT gives you the same bands and stretches. Some exercises help a little, some make it worse. You can never tell which is which. You stretch your chest, you foam roll your upper back, and you still have that same catch every time you reach overhead. None of those approaches are wrong exactly. They're just treating the spot that hurts, not the system that's causing the pain. And that's the difference between short-term and actually fixing it. Your shoulder isn't a standalone joint. It's the end of a chain, and the problem is almost always upstream. Here's something important to understand. Shoulder impingement is a symptom, not a cause. For your arm to reach overhead without pain, 3 things need to happen correctly. First, your shoulder blade, aka the scapula, needs to upperly rotate about 60 degrees as your arm raises. That rotation lifts the roof of the shoulder up and out of the way. Second, your thoracic spine, your mid-back. It needs to extend so your shoulder blade can actually do its job. When your mid-back is locked in flexion from a desk, driving, and years of it, your shoulder blade gets stuck. It can't rotate. The roof doesn't move. Third is your rotator cuff, specifically the supraspinatus. It needs to pull the ball of the shoulder down and back in the socket as your arm raises, keeping it from migrating up into the impingement space. When your mid-back is stiff, your shoulder blade doesn't rotate. When the blade doesn't rotate, the roof doesn't lift. When the rotator cuff is weak, the ball rides up. Both these things at once, that's your impingement. Think of it like 2 problems conspiring together. The blade isn't lifting the ceiling and the ball is rising into it. That's the pinch, that's your impingement, and it's fixable. Let's confirm what we're dealing with. Use these 2 tests for screening impingement. Test 1 is Hawkins Neer test. Bring your arm forward at shoulder height, elbow bent at 90 degrees like you're making an L in front of you. Use your other hand to gently push your forearm down, internally rotating your shoulder while keeping your elbow at 90 degrees. If that motion recreates a pinch or ache inside your shoulder, you just confirmed impingement. If that test was positive, don't worry. This is a totally normal sign for someone with your presentation. I know you're struggling with shoulder pain and you obviously want to fix it, so text me the word pain to 720-710-4371 and I'll send you my free shoulder pain fix demo. Now back to the show. Test 2 is the Neer impingement test. Stand tall, take your arm thumb pointing down. Use your other arm to assist it and lift it overhead. If you feel pain at the top of this arc, especially between 60 and 120 degrees, that's the supraspinatus getting compressed in the subacromial space. That's your impingement zone. If either of those tests just lit up your shoulder, keep watching. We'll retest both of them after the exercises and see exactly what's changed. Let's get into the 4 exercises. Each one directly addresses what we found in those tests. Before we start, use your pain traffic light. Green, mild discomfort, muscles working, keep going. Yellow is a slight increase in pain that settles within 24 hours, proceed carefully. And red is sharp, catching, or pain that spikes and lingers, back off that range of motion. Exercise 1 is a bench opener for thoracic spine extension. Your mid-back is the root cause of this impingement. We start here. Kneel in front of a bench or chair. Hold a broomstick or PVC pipe with your palms facing up, elbows on the bench. From there, drop your hips back towards your heels and press your chest towards the floor. There are 2 places you'll feel this: your upper back between the shoulder blades and your lat muscles on the sides of your back. Both of these areas directly restrict shoulder blade rotation when they're stiff. Hold for 2 to 3 seconds at end range, then return to the start. This is a game changer for getting your T-spine to move the way it should. That thoracic restriction is what's preventing the blade from rotating and clearing that space overhead. Complete 2 sets of 8 to 10 reps. Exercise 2 is a wall slide liftoff. Now we train the shoulder blade to do its job. Stand facing a wall, hands on the wall in a goalpost position, elbows at 90 degrees. Slowly slide both arms overhead, keeping your hands in contact with the wall. As you raise your arms up, you should feel your shoulder blades moving up and around. At the top position, bring the shoulder blades down and back and actively lift off the wall if you're able to. This exercise is great because it's targeting your serratus anterior and lower traps to fire the muscles responsible for upward rotation, slow and controlled. A common mistake is shrugging your shoulders up towards your ears as your arms rise. The movement should come from your shoulder blades rotating, not from your shoulder elevating. Keep your neck long throughout. Your shoulder blades will be burning after this. That's exactly what we're going for. Complete 2 sets of 10 reps. Exercise 3 is banded W holds. Now we strengthen the rotator cuff to pull the ball down in the socket. Grab a light band, hold both ends with your elbows out by your sides to 90 degrees. That's your W position. Create tension in the band by excellently rotating your shoulders while your palms are up. During this exercise, make sure to squeeze your shoulder blades down and together. Hold for 5 seconds, come back slowly while maintaining tension. 2 sets of 8 reps, 5-second holds. A common mistake is letting your elbows drop as you externally rotate. Keep them at that same range the entire time. The moment they drop, you lose the rotator cuff loading position. Your shoulders will be absolutely burning after this. That's exactly what we're going for. Exercise 4 is banded scaption. This is the integration exercise, training the supraspinatus in its strongest, safest range while reinforcing the upward rotation pattern. Start with a band wrapped around your wrists. Press the band outward and then raise both arms diagonally forward, about 30 degrees forward from your sides, in the plane of the shoulder blade. Thumbs pointed up, control on the way up, control on the way down. This is the scapular plane, the angle where the supraspinatus is strongest and the impingement risk is lowest. 2 sets of 10. Start light. This exercise will feel different from a standard lateral raise. That's intentional. That's a safe zone we're building in. Now let's retest. Let's see what changed. Go back to test 1, Hawkins Neer. Same arm position, same internal rotation push. Notice the difference. Then test 2, the Neer. Same scooping motion overhead. Notice where the pain is and whether the arc has opened up. For most people, even after a single round of these exercises, there's a real noticeable shift. The catch is less sharp, the arc is a little higher before it kicks in, and for some people, the pinch is now gone. That's not a coincidence. That's your thoracic spine opening up, your shoulder blade starting to rotate the way it's supposed to, and your rotator cuff pulling the ball down and back where it belongs. You just felt the root cause and the fix in real time. Imagine what consistent work on those over the next few weeks does. Now let's go through a quick summary why those exercises work. The bench opener is going to unlock the thoracic spine for extension, freeing up room for the shoulder and shoulder blade. The wall slide liftoff, because mobility alone isn't enough, your shoulder blade needs to learn how to move again. This is going to target that exercise and also engage that lower trap and serratus anterior. Exercise 3, the banded W hold. Once the blade is rotating, the rotator cuff needs to keep the ball centered in the socket. That's exactly what this exercise is targeting. And the last one, banded scaption. This is the integration one. It loads the supraspinatus in the scapular plane, the 30-degree diagonal where it's strongest and the impingement risk is lowest. It trains the entire pattern together: blade rotation, ball depression, and controlled elevation, all at once. Here's something most people miss. Your shoulder doesn't exist in isolation. It's part of a 5-part system: your neck, thoracic spine, shoulder blade, shoulder joint, and nerves. When any of these areas breaks down, your shoulder pays the price. Traditional approaches treat the spot that hurts. We address the 5 areas that actually control shoulder mechanics. That's why these exercises work more than only doing the shoulder PT exercises. How your big 5, your neck, thoracic spine, shoulder blade, shoulder joint mechanics, and nerves are working is what decides how it feels day to day. If you want to go deeper, grab my free Big 5 shoulder fix training using the link in the description. It walks you through each piece with more tests and exercises. These 4 exercises are a strong start, but everyone's impingement pattern is different. True lasting resolution requires a personalized approach built around your specific movement limitations. If you've been stuck in the exercise pain cycle with shoulder impingement and you're ready for the long-term solution, then text me the word pain to 720-710-4371 to get a tailored step-by-step approach on how to permanently fix your shoulder pain. Our mission at Comeback Performance is to help over 1 million people around the world eliminate their shoulder pain, avoid unnecessary imaging, injections, and surgeries, and get their lives back. After you reach out, please like and subscribe to the channel. We're putting out daily content based on your guys' questions on shoulder-related topics regarding pain and rehab. At Comeback Performance, the comeback is always stronger than the setback.